I'm Rachel Gilbert of the Northeast, and welcome to my channel. Currently doing an energetic forecast for the Fire Sign Collective. So if you are a Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, or North Node placements, I forgot to mention that in my other 2 videos. Fuck. Stick around. This message is for you. And we are ready to go. I've already laid down the first deck, so I'm trying to get faster at this. The name of the game this week for you guys is peace, because I think there's a lot of anxiety that's tied in with money with you guys, and it's you're still responding to the past instead of responding the way you should. So it's like you're still operating on themes from 2020, 2019, 2020. You're still responding to shit as if you're still that person. Knock it the fuck off, because you're not that person. So stop responding to things that way, because I hate to start off with like, that's where you're getting your own way, but that is where you're getting in your own way. It's like you've forgotten all this work you've done. You've forgotten all these tools are at your service. So like, I'm also saying this for myself. So, hi Teapot. Hi Kettle. Nice to meet you. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. Nice to know you. Anyways, back to you. But that's the biggest issue, right? There's a huge disconnect between who you are, what you know, what you practice, and your trauma responses. So it's like you just gotta knock that bitch out real quick. That's all you gotta do. You just gotta tell that bitch to sit the fuck down. You've got this. You've done this before. You'll do it again. You're not afraid of shit. Okay? You got this. Sorry to get so aggressive so right away. You guys are doing a wonderful fucking job. Honestly, this makes me very happy, because I just read the other 2 collectives and it was very heavy. But this is good, actually. You guys are choosing, when the temple path comes in upright, this is, sense of spirit guides, sense of direction, sense of purpose. You're finding your purpose. And I think that's something that's been a struggle for you, because I think you've spent this last year really solidifying that you're different than other people, that things have kind of always been this way for you. It feels like you've really been coming home to yourself, and this is going to be the season to celebrate that. And I'm very excited for you. Your abundance, because that's a perfect word to put it. Abundance for you guys is tied into your creativity. I'm just thinking, yep, maybe even as simple as like when you're preparing like a meal, just even say out loud, like, hey, thank you, ancestors, for all this amazing food. It's like small things like that. But I think you guys are doing a wonderful job. And I think that's why you're going to get rewarded. And I literally can't even grasp the type of abundance, because I think it's just going to be across the board. But the more creative you are, the better it's going to be. So if you've been starting something new, if you have an idea about doing something new, if you want to read cards, if you want to start a YouTube channel, if you want to fucking color, if you want to dance, if you want to paint, if you want to find new art, I don't give a fuck. Something new creative, do it. Proud of you. Love it. You also are unfortunately surrounded by people right now who are ignoring their own journey. They are 100% projecting onto you. They are 100% not understanding. They're missing the boat. Don't get off the boat for them. All right. These are people who don't deserve that right now. We can talk about that later if they choose to heal their shit. But right now, don't get off the boat for them. Keep staying on the boat. Even though it's uncomfortable up here and you don't know a ton of people, we're very welcoming and friendly up here. So don't worry about that. They really want to highlight the abundance. I'm just a little bit confused on that, because that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Yes, it does. Now it does. Okay. So, because the stuck energy came on top of it, on top of blossoming abundance. Like, what the fuck? You guys have always gotten something at the hands of pain. Whether that's like, I don't know if like, yeah, it feels like childhood trauma. So maybe you had an abusive parent and the only time you ever felt safe was when they were apologizing. Ugh, that just gave me a punch in my stomach. And I unfortunately I think that is something that's accurate. And I don't think that's something you found in your adult life. Christ, which means you've been walking around with this like giant wound of like abandonment and like just major issue. Finnegan. Major self-sabotage is the only way to put it, even though it's not intentional. Because you have only gotten good at the expense of pain. And like, that's not how it's supposed to be. I'm so sorry. But honestly, I do think it's something, because as soon as I said it, this is starting to dissipate. I honestly think you just needed a third party perspective to be like, oh shit, that does happen. Okay, I don't have to live that way. It's not a fucking pound of flesh or whatever it's called. You don't have to give a pound of flesh for anything. Like, you're not Like, there are certain human rights that we're all entitled to. I'd love to expand on that if anyone ever has questions. You guys are also dealing with a lot of, I don't think it was ever safe for you to relax as kids. So whether you had like a neurotic parent who cleaned obsessively, and so you can only feel like you are worthy of rest after you've cleaned, that's not okay. And that can be a really hard place to move out of, because you might not always recognize it. Because I think you guys are operating out of a survival mode, which means you would not be aware if you do have these trauma responses. But if I'm talking and you're feeling something like ding, ding, ding inside of you, that's what this is. And I do think you've been getting this pull too, to kind of pull back on that pull back on those responses for a little bit. Keep following that. You're doing the right fucking thing with it. 100%. 100%. Damn. All right. You guys are involved in a situation right now where spirit, someone like one of your spirit, one of your spirit guides. Like, I will just full-heartedly, thank you. Just up to me. One of your spirit guides, they're coming through to highlight that you're fucking with someone that you shouldn't be. You are talking to someone you shouldn't be. You are sharing shit with someone you shouldn't be. Knock it off. You are hanging around places you shouldn't be. Like, you are openly engaging in behavior that you know isn't good for you. Knock it off. That's all I'm going to say about that. And make a plan. I don't know why that was so aggressive. I'm so sorry, but that was very aggressive. But that felt really important. That felt really important for you guys to recognize that, like, your crown center is dinging around this person. You probably feel drained around this person. I don't think 654. I don't think there's another way for spirit to be like, this person is not good for you. So, and it's a person. I think you've been dealing with a lot of rocky waters lately too, with choosing yourself. I think that's caused a lot of disruptiveness in the energies around you. Unfortunately, if you feel like you've been playing with a missing puzzle piece, like a missing jigsaw piece, that's going to be the kind of case for a little bit, but that's not on purpose. I mean, that is on purpose, but it's not because of it's not a punishment. It's more along the lines of things haven't fallen into place yet. Other people still need to make their decisions. Other people still need to choose their healing, but whatever you're feeling some sort of pull, some sort of change coming in. You're right about the change. You're wrong about how it's happening. You think it's going to be something negative, and it's not. It's not at all. It's something very positive. Okay, we're looking for any words of encouragement, any wisdom, any words of affirmation, any love for the Fire Sign Collective. Please and thank you. Okay, awesome. Okay. This is actually good. Oh, it's Leo season, so of course Leo season would be friendly to the fire signs. Awesome. Oh, we love to see this. Love is definitely the theme for you guys too this week. You guys have done a really good job at asking for help and letting people in. Spirit's going to start to reward you financially, I think. I think things are going to start to, you'll either get like free meals, someone's going to pay for your coffee, things like that. You're going to start to see that come in other ways. Other people are going to want to start to go out of their way to do something nice for you. So we love that for you. Let that happen. You deserve it. Your self-love is going to look a little bit different. And I think that you might be struggling with that. If that's the case, I think you just need to find a new self-love practice. So a new way to kind of love yourself, a new way to find your joy. That's going to be the best way to do it. I keep seeing a coloring book. So even just sitting down coloring is awesome. There's swear ones too. Like, swear ones are great. Oh my God, my friend showed me one the other day, and it was like an affirmation one for women and for girls. And it was like, I am beautiful, brave, and confident. And it was like, all shit I never heard growing up. My witchling hears it all the time though. Hell yeah. And it's every time I feel like the fire signs are always being called to have more fun, to find more joy, to highlight your inner child. Your inner child, I think this is a lot for you guys. There is some disconnection between you and your inner child. It's like you think that your inner child has to be locked up for you to be this logical person. No, honestly, I think your inner child drives you in a good way. I think you need to highlight that more. The grown-ups around you when you were little didn't see that. That's not their fault though. But yeah, intertwine the two. Also, this period of unconditional love for yourself and others is only going to get better. So people are going to be nicer to you. Yay. People are going to want to show up for you. People are going to want to, champion for you, maybe hear your story, words of wisdom, words of affirmation. Let people be nice to you because you deserve it. I love you.